Good evening, everyone. I am Jan. How are you? So, yes, it's Wednesday again. Callum goes back tomorrow, I think, to college. Oh, yeah, I think he said you're not going back till Friday. So, I'm just trying to think out loud, Amjad. Oh. Hi, Kate. How are you? Oh, sorry, I'm just taking my slippers off. The reason why I had an idea with background is because he's in little boy's room. I thought I'd just tell you that fact. So, how are you, Kate? Hope you well. Hi, Gordo. How are you? So, yeah, that's, yeah, again, another rainy. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. I hope it's not that bug that Chris had a few weeks ago. Well, I think it was a couple of weeks before Christmas. Hiya, James. How are you? Yeah, it right knocked him off his feet, and it weren't COVID. It was just really bad cold, but it were. Ooh.
Oh, I did have to wipe there for about half hour.
Yeah. Amjad's going to Pakistan on 8th February with Imran and his uncle.
Is he partying over there now?
Yeah, 16th February. There's the wedding. And his brother's getting married on 16th. So yeah. Good. That's good to hear, James. So yeah, so it's all happening in February then, Amjad. I hadn't thought that far ahead. I hadn't even thought that far till next week. Oh, I tell you something, Amjad, them brownies. Oh, he's been practicing his dancing already. Amjad, he's been practicing his dancing already. Hi, Kirsty, how are you? Oh, and James has got progress. He should have a kitchen by end of month. Oh, it's all happening this year, isn't it? So yeah. I'll tell you something though, Amjad. Comes as about 3 pieces of that brownie. And it's like dead fudgy and squidgy in the middle, and it's undescribable. That's Oh, he's on antibiotics, is he? Kate says Jack's ill.
Oh dear. I've got that horrible flu.
Hiya, Tommy. That's what I've just said. I says you had like a horrible flu a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, she says he were in bed all today. Chris were slept for like 2 days solid, Kate.
2.5 days.
Yeah, about 2.5 days, Chris. He done nothing but sleep. He didn't eat.
Drink water.
Yeah, Chris were off his food as well. He never ate no for 3 days. Sounds exactly what Chris had.
Achy and
heavy off food. Yeah. She says there's like all white spots on his tonsils as well.
Yeah.
So
I ain't got any tonsils. I don't got a sir.
Hiya, Vanessa. Happy New Year to you too. Yeah, she's got him on antibiotics because obviously it's his tonsils and his throat and everything.
I wouldn't stop over mine. Have a mine.
Anything he eats tastes like poison. Yeah, Chris said.
Must be heading for his office food over here. I'll make it then see. Oh no, you made first night, second night you made.
Yeah. Yeah, Chris. Well, you know, it was that sort of about a week and a half before Christmas.
Yeah, horrible.
And yeah, it were right off it. I mean, same as Chris says, I've never been that ill in years.
No. Knocked me off my feet, didn't it?
Yeah, it knocked you right off. So yeah, it must be, well, it must be a virus that's going round. I don't know. I'll clean my glasses first because I can see a misty fog, so you'll have to bear with me. And yes, I have already cleaned my glasses, but it's, yeah. Oh, it's my eyelashes are what it is. But oh, okie dokie then, Amjad. Not to worry, he's had to put Windows 11 back on his laptop. But yeah, I mean, funny thing is, our real Chris way, me and Callum never got it. So, yeah, I have a bit of a sniffle, but nothing sort of to the extent to what Chris had it. But I did have a message from Tracy. Johnny might not be up. Why do you feel like you're lowering him down, Kate? She says he's managed to eat a bit of stew I made and some crusty roll, but I feel like I'm... Oh, you're getting it. I thought he says, I need my eyes testing.
Is that trouble, Brian?
Yeah.
It's okay. Ready for morning.
But yeah, same as I say, it knocked Chris right off his feet.
Yeah, I was done, me.
Is the yeah? He ain't been that ill for ages, Kate. You know. Yeah, and then his dad rung the other day, and he's been down at his caravan. He's got a caravan in Hornsey, and he said to Chris, he said he got exactly the same as Chris, and Chris says, "I'm all right now, but I've still got like a lingering cough, and it seems to irritate it more when he puts eating on, you know, like because it's a dry heat."
Well, eating's off at the moment.
Yeah, I know it is, but yeah, that seems to aggravate it. So yeah, you know, I mean, cold and everything's gone. He's eating all right. He feels all right, apart from this like lingering cough. And his dad, said it were exactly the same. Oh, pardon me, but he's been down at caravan, you see. But you'd think sea air would sort of, you know, wouldn't irritate it, but hey ho. But yeah, me and Callum's been fine. You know what I mean? We've dodged a bullet there, if you know what I mean. So yeah, for anybody that wants to come up on panel, just click on the link. Joelle did say she tried to come on panel last night. But by the time she'd sort of suss what were what, yeah, we'd finished it. Hi Terry, how are you? He goes back to college next Wednesday and Harry Tuesday, but feels he's missing out on holiday. But that's what I mean, he really gets ill. He hasn't got cough, he's complaining of neck, head and eyes. So, I mean, it could be same sort of thing, but different people get different symptoms, if you know what I mean. But, I mean, how can I put it, Kate? It is what it is, and, you know, in order to go back to college, he's got to be better, hasn't he, if you know what I mean. Oh, yeah. Chris went into town and had a picture framed today.
Don't know where to put it.
All right, you got reflection. So yeah, so that's the picture that he said he were gonna. Hi Tim, how are you?
Hello, Tim, lad.
That's the picture that he's been threatening to have framed for about a week now, but yeah, he's done it. What's worse than having girl guides in your pocket? I don't know, but I'm sure you're going to tell us, Gordo. Yeah, that's one reason why we had it framed, Kate, because it's
So good.
Oh, having brown. Having brownies in your pants. Oh my God. But yeah, Chris had been threatening for like just before Christmas, because it was when we had that snow. The one, hi Johnny, how are you? The snow that Johnny didn't get. So yeah, he took that photograph and I absolutely love it. And I says to him, you've got to have that framed. You've got to have that.
It was too big for their machine couldn't cope with it.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, we're still a raw file, because it's got that many pixels in the photograph, their machine couldn't cope with it because I put it on the SD card. So then I had to scroll on my phone to find it on my phone so they could take it from my phone and put it onto the machine. So it did it that way. A nightmare.
Yeah, he had a bit of a mare with it.
Well, Joel's in.
Hi Joel, how are you? So yeah, did you? Oh, Joel's seen that thing, hasn't you? Where,
What? Picture?
Yeah.
I think so.
Anyway, I hope you heard all that because I haven't got a Scooby-Doo. It was
basically the photograph was too big for the machine, so I had to get it off my phone to make it small enough so it can work.
Yeah. That was the simpler version. Yeah, Tracy messaged me and said you might not be coming up because you've been busy. But so now it's done. That's the second one that we've had framed, a biscuit. First one was when we were on holiday and I got to see it background and whatever. But I think that I absolutely love that one.
What would be nice with a snowy sea, but with a Christmas tree with baubles and lights on, like in background.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. But anyway, it's still a good photograph. It's still yeah. So it's sort of same as Chris says. It's sort of, how can I put it? He just took it at the right time, yeah. And hiya Scotty, how are you? Well, you know I'm Jad. Oh, Joel's here.
Hello.
Hello.
It's really
nice,
very nice to see you and to speak to you.
Have you got your YouTube on it background?
Very nice to see you and to speak to you. There's an echo.
Have you got your YouTube on it background?
Oh, what do I have to do?
You have to mute it. You have to mute it.
Yes. Okay, I don't know how to do it. Let me try it.
Mute it.
Okay, mute.
No, that's muted you.
Go to actual YouTube page.
Just unmute yourself. Yeah, you have to unmute yourself on the YouTube part of it. Hi, Gail. It's all right. Joelle is in France and basically she's new
Can
to...
you hear me now?
Yay!
I'm really hopeless with technique, so I don't know how to use the internet. So it's
all right. Gordo was saying you need to mute YouTube in background, but you've got to imagine, Gordo, Joelle's all new to this. So, yeah. And she's like me. Hiya, Ali, how are you? So, yeah, I'm a bit of a technophobe, is what we call it, you know, not very technical. So, but I you know, I know my way around StreamYards, etc. So yeah, all's yeah, all's good and well. So how are you?
I'm good. And you? How are you?
I'm fine. Yeah.
I don't see the chat in my screen. I don't know how to use the chat. To type the chat.
Yeah, have you got your mobile with you?
I've got an old mobile. So why? Because I have to do it with the mobile.
Well, it's best to sort of, you see, what I've got, what I do, Joelle, is I've got StreamYards on, and I've got the YouTube side of it as well.
Mm-hmm.
But the YouTube side always lags behind the actual StreamYard one.
All right.
So
Never
what
mind. I won't be typing. Never mind. It's not a problem.
Bexy. But it's nice to be able to see chat, if you know what I mean. But
yes, I love seeing the chat. It's better. But never mind. If I see
you know on your StreamYard screen, if you look to your right, it should say comments and private chat. If you click on that comments, it should show the comments.
Let me see. Okay, don't worry. I'll try to find out. Thing is that okay. First streaming for me.
You're doing all right at the moment, Joelle. So yeah, so as you're looking at it on your screen, on your right at the top, it says private chat and comments. Just click on that comments, and it should show the comments as they come up.
Okay.
Have you got it?
I don't have it. Thing is that, you know what? Never mind. I see a list of names such as Johnny Five, Urbexy, Grasscutter, Palmer, but I see. How can I explain this? I see the names and the like a title. You see?
Yeah.
Of their website, or I don't know, of their names, but not the chat. You know what?
That's a bit strange. As I say, normally when you go on somebody's live stream, in the right-hand corner it says private chat and comments, and when you click on the comments,
I click on the chat, private chat, and there's nothing on my screen.
No, that's sort of for anybody that's on the panel to private chat among themselves. But outside of where it says private chat, there should be a thing that says comments.
Oh, comments. Yeah, I see comments, but I see. Okay. You know what? Never mind. I will be on the panel.
Yeah.
I'll imagine the conversation.
It's all right. Gail says, "Can someone screen share to demonstrate?" But yeah, it's no detriment. She's the newbie to this, so sort of we'll forgive you for that, Joelle. So how are you then? Whereabouts in France do you live?
In Paris.
Ooh, in Paris.
It's not the city it used to be. It's a city that is polluted, noisy. People are rather aggressive, and it's not very crowded, packed.
Yeah.
So it's
not the romantic setting that everybody makes.
Exactly. You imagine the romantic city, and you can. Well, I shouldn't say that, but you can have your money stolen. Not in every district, but it's because I live in it. So I think that I'm fed up of buses, underground strikes. We have
Oh
strikes
God, tell me about
almost every time of the
it.
year.
It's like that in the UK at the moment, you know,
I
because
know.
we're in a cost of living crisis. There's sort of nurses striking, there's rail strikes, there's mail strikes, lawyers, oh, you name it. There's like too many to mention, and because because of the cost of living, they all think that they should be getting. Well, I mean, I agree in part that they should be getting a fair wage, but you know what I mean. The government can only pay, I mean, they can't. How do I put it? They can't pull a rabbit out of a hat. You know what I mean?
That's inflation, cost of living, cost of energy, spike of COVID. Everything is really hard at the moment.
Yeah, Urbexy says Paris seems to have got a lot more dangerous over the last few years.
Yes, more.
And Chris has
Like
thought,
cities.
when you come to Sheffield to see Def Leppard, you'll have to pop in for a coffee.
That's really kind. I haven't decided yet, actually. For the hotel, yes, but I haven't decided yet which ticket I get. And if it's a long, it's not, it's in May, so everything can happen until then. So
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, it's same. We've got bus strikes, we've got train strikes. You know what I mean? It's like somebody were telling me the other day that they got an hospital appointment, and we're talking after Christmas, and the appointment were on the 21st of December. So yeah, so I mean, it's caused that person to miss their hospital appointment because of the mail strike.
same here. When you need an appointment, and now we've got doctors on strike. So if you're ill, it's better not to be, because otherwise you can't get a doctor. The simple doctor, I mean, they're on strike because they want to be paid more. So everything is going wrong.
Yeah, Gail says she's been lecturing at home all week. But it's same here. I mean, it's predominantly the nurses that work in hospitals that are going on strike. Now,
I see the conversation now. Sorry, I see it.
No,
The discovery.
you'll get the gist of it once you've been on a few times. But yeah, our nurses. I mean, this is what gets me is during the COVID pandemic, we were standing out on our doorsteps and clapping for the NHS and for the nurses and everything. And then there was sort of another bit of what I call a bump in the road, where they were saying or forcing nurses to have the COVID jab, and no jab, no job.
Exactly the same here. If you don't get the jab for nurses, doctors, carers, health carers, you have to, you're fired.
Yeah. But they did back down on that. Richard. So yeah, the government did back down on that.
Hello, Richard.
I've said all along that, you know, we stood on his doorsteps applauding the nurses, and for the government to treat them in such a way as, you know, no jab, no job, it's absolutely outrageous. You know what I mean? It's the nurses and the doctors that kept us going through all of the pandemic.
Yes, but if you have a job you have to care for people, you have to. I got 3 jobs myself. 3.
Yeah, we've had, how many we have? 3 or 4? I don't know.
If I had to work in a hospital, the minimum would be, if I want to be with ill people, to be vaccinated. It's part of the job.
Yeah.
I'd say. But I can understand that some people don't want to get vaccinated, but it's a collective feeling or attitude, or we have to have, because I didn't want to be vaccinated, but then it was like important just for the protection of
yeah. I mean, Johnny, he's very outspoken on the subject. You know what I mean? But I look at it this way: that decision to have a jab should be left up to the individual. They shouldn't be forced to have it. You know what I mean? But same as you said, you know, in the job, you know. But the government here did back down. So, yeah, we'll move swiftly on from the COVID.
To wear a mask, it's when you have people not wearing it when it was compulsory. It's like we had to.
Yeah. I mean, it's quite relaxed here now, but yeah, and it. Same as I was saying the other night, it's all back where it started in China again. Hi, Wacky, how are you?
Hey, Wacky.
So yeah, for the newcomers that's coming in, this is Joelle, and she lives in Paris, in France.
Free holiday, Paris.
Trust Chris to think that way, Joelle.
And I have a postcard of Sheffield.
Oh, she's got a Sheffield postcard.
Oh.
I love your city, actually. I love it.
Do I recognise anything there? No. Yeah, I think the one on the top. Yeah. Well, it's the way I'm looking. No, other side. That's the cathedral.
Put it full screen.
Yeah, hang on a minute. I'll just put you full screen, Joelle.
Full screen.
Yeah, it's. There you go. So people, yeah, that's it. That's cathedral. Is that Crucible?
Cathedral.
I don't know what others are.
No, I don't know.
Let me see if it's written, because I know Sheffield. I've been there a couple of times.
I don't think Sheffield is not on there.
No, Pixie's not on it, Gail.
Oh, and it's a bit dirty. My card is a little dirty.
Well, she says she's been to Sheffield several times.
Isn't it the University of Sheffield?
It's university, is it?
I guess it has the colour of the university.
But yeah, she's thinking.
Not Hallam University, the other one, the University of
Sheffield. Yeah. Well, we've got two universities. It is Sheffield Hallam University, and then actual Sheffield University.
Johnny's banning. He says Leeds is better. I beg to differ, Johnny.
But yeah, she's a big Def Leppard fan, so she's coming over to see us.
Don't criticize Def Leppard.
Well, Def Leppard originates in Sheffield, don't they?
Three of them were born in Sheffield. Steve Clark, who passed away in 1991. Joe Elliott and Rick Savage, the bass player, were born in Sheffield. Then you've got Rick Allen, the drummer in Gronfield. And
Gronfield, that's just down road as well.
And Belfast for Vivian Campbell, and Phil Collen, not Phil Collins, Phil Collen in London.
Oh, so
they're all British, they're all English.
Yeah.
And Rick Savage still lives in Sheffield. Joe Elliott in Dublin, and the other ones in USA.
But yeah, it's nice to know, that you come over to see them, in person. You know what I mean?
I'll be standing out on the front garden, boogieing away.
I was lucky to see them when I was 16. Actually, it was in Dublin, and I met the band while they were rehearsing in between two albums, and I met the band with other friends of mine and in person.
Hockey.
Oh, hi, partner.
Hello, Parknest.
It's all right. Gordo is the resident joker. If you hadn't worked that one out, he says Def Leppard. I thought that was a cat with hearing aids.
Tracy.
Oh, hi, Tracy.
Hello, Tracy.
Wakey says he wants tickets to the Proclaimers.
You're super bakers, you ladies. Wow. I'm always impressed when I see how you
Tracy will tell you because we've been messaging each other. This to die for, the brownies that we made last night.
Mm.
Honestly.
What old drummer, yes.
Oh, see you later, Gordo. He says he's got to come pick the missus up.
See you in a bit, Gordo.
One-armed drummer, yeah. He says the band with one-armed drummer. Is that Proclaimers or Def Leppard? I don't know.
Yes, he had an accident on the New Year's Eve. It was in 1984, New Year's Eve, in England. And he lost an arm. He could have died, and he could have quit the job, and they decided to let him work. And now he has a special kit. And now he is such a great man, you can imagine. Because he still plays, and you don't see...
it's like an inspiration that he hadn't let an accident and having to have an arm amputated sort of, stop him from doing what he loves. Johnny Five said that Trey Baker's every duty I was buzzing my head off. It is. Yeah, I've cut mine in very small pieces because when I took it out the fridge this morning, it was very heavy and it was quite deep. So I can only cut mine into small pieces because, Hi, Lee. Yeah, it says a sugar rush. It were very, very sweet, very fudgy. But, Callum's had how many pieces? 3 pieces already.
Well, I had one. Let's have 2. Who's got it now?
Shut up, you. It's all right. He sits over there, Joel. I think it's because he knows that, if he were sitting a bit closer. Oh, that isn't very funny, Wakey. He says, losing an arm didn't stop him doing what he loves. He still has another hand. But what I'm saying is, a drummer, 2 drumsticks, you know what I mean? I'll leave it at that, you know what I mean?
Yes, it's like a writer with no hand, like...
it's overcome his disability, let's just say.
And he has a foundation for veterans in America because he's married to an American lady. And for people who went to war and back from war in the army, he created a few years ago people who are injured, wounded, and who have real problems.
Yeah, Wake
is really involved in his activity. Really involved.
Yeah, Wakey is quite a fan as well. He's seen them 3 times, he says. But this is the thing. So what do you actually do then, Joel, if you don't mind me asking? I mean, you don't have to tell me, but
I work part-time, and I shouldn't say that because you're all native. I studied English at university, and I traveled between the age of 12 to 18, I went to Ireland twice a year. So that's how I could start learning English. And then when I was younger, I lived in abroad. So that's why I started to learn English, but I still have to improve my English and I still make a lot of mistakes.
Well, it sounds all right to me, Joelle. It sounds perfect.
But when I speak to someone like you, native, I lose all my means. See? I blush, I sweat, mhm.
But the thing is with me, Joelle, is I don't sugarcoat anything. I say it as I see it. You know what I mean? I'm not sort of. I don't sort of beat round bush or anything. I say it as I see it. You know what I mean? Wacky says Ireland or Northern Ireland.
But I love your accent, Janet. To me, it's very sweet and sexy. Yeah, really. It's
She says my accent's sexy. Oh dear me, that's the first time I've heard it called sexy. But yeah, I mean, I did French in school, but yeah, I mean, I'm 60 now, so I've forgot a lot of, you know, I forgot a lot of it.
French is hard to speak. Not.
Oh, but Amjad says bonjour, comment ça va?
Perfect, Amjad. Ça va bien. Comment ça va?
Oh, yeah, Chris has just says je m'appelle Pixie.
Oh, super. Super. Exactly. It's
well, when's that going to come in handy? My name is Pixie. You know what I mean? When's it going to use that one?
When I go for free holiday to Paris.
No, sure. When I were at school, I went to Grenoble. We did like an exchange thing. And skiing. Don't mention skiing.
Don't mention skiing for me.
I did the cross country one, and the very first time I skied, how can I put it? Yeah, I were on my arse more than I was stood upright. Hiya, partners.
Hello, partners.
Yeah, Noir is black. But I'll finish telling you a story. That night when I got back to, the apartment that I was staying in, I was black and blue, right from my ankles, right to the top of my legs. And I sort of had to go to sleep with my legs open because, like, literally, I were in agony putting my legs together. So, yeah.
You trip over fresh air again.
Oh, they were doing two lots. They were doing downhill, which is obviously the fast-paced one, and then they was doing cross country, which is you just sort of amble along sort of thing. But I couldn't get the gist of it, no way, no how, and I were on my arse more than I were upright. You know what I mean? And I were black and blue. So yeah, so sort of. A couple of days later, when they said they were going skiing again, I says, I'll sit this one out, please. I'll stay on the bus. I'm still recovering from last episode. Oh, and another thing, the actual trousers that I'd got on were ripped right from front to back. I got a great big gaping split in my trousers. So yeah, so I thought, well, yeah, I'm going to sit this one out. I'll stay on bus. I'll admire the scenery. You know what I mean? And that's what I did. I never went skiing again after that. Too dangerous a sport, in my opinion.
I don't like it much. I tried.
For me, anyway. Let's put it that way.
I was scared all day, so. Because people go fast, very fast, whereas you try to
Oh, yeah.
to manage
I
your
was gonna say,
skin.
I opted for the safer version, which was the cross-country one.
Mm.
But, yeah, it was just as bad as doing downhill. Hey, we've got Grandpa Kevin from the States.
Kevin.
Hi, Kevin.
Happy New Year.
Same to you. Yeah, we've got a newcomer on the panel. This is Joelle from France. Paris, to be exact. Hi, Scotty.
Hello.
Hey, I know that guy.
Oh,
Should
yeah,
say.
well, everybody knows that guy.
Hi, Tim. I'm Jed.
So Joelle was actually going to come up on the panel last night after the baking. You know, when I put the link in the chat, but she had a lot of trouble trying to get on, and by the time she'd sorted it out, we'd send us buys, and yeah. So
You're all experts with the internet.
I won't
I
go that far,
discovered
Joelle.
today Darknest's channel, and I see how the technique. You know that perfect.
Somebody else is live on their YouTube stream. They didn't shut their mic.
Everything's fine.
I
This
can't
end.
hear anything.
I'm
I can't
off.
hear it.
Now I'm on. Now I'm off. And maybe I'm hearing things. You know, old people do that.
You'll have to tell us in the chat, but as far as everybody on panel's concerned, we can't hear a thing, Kevin. Can't hear an echo or nothing.
Oh, there it is. There's the echo.
That Chris has just put it on phone to see if he could.
He's just lurking in the background.
And we've got Tracy.
Tracy.
Well,
I think there is something that perhaps you ought to know.
Hey, Pixie, why don't you go fly a drone?
You can't, it's too windy and rainy, Kev.
Be a bit of a village responsibility.
He can fly it around the kitchen.
That's a
Is
recipe for
that
disaster.
Tracy got YouTube on?
I just turned it off.
Yeah. I thought I could sort of hear it, but if you, yeah.
Sorry, I didn't know it, I forgot it were on.
Yeah, we're all sorted now. So yeah, Joelle thinks me and you are the bee's knees as regards baking divas.
You know what? I watched a little video today on Facebook of this one woman who found a recipe engraved on a headstone.
Random.
Google
Okay.
gravestone recipes. Just Google gravestone recipes.
Well, I'm not going to a cemetery to find my recipes, Kevin.
I'm going to guess that's a recipe she took to her grave.
No,
Yeah.
yes. Well, she emblazoned on her grave.
Yeah.
Well, you're not finding one of mine because I'm being cremated.
That's called overdone.
Yeah. But that's a bit of a strange one, that one is, having a recipe put on your headstone. Is it just an Americanism, or is it, yeah, did it actually do it?
A long-standing trend of etching recipes. Okay.
So you got to graveyard with a notepad and a pen, to write these recipes down.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
So casual.
I'll do what I normally do. Mary's lemon bars. Oh dear.
Is that Mary's berries? Is that what will be on?
I'll do what I've been doing, and I'll just Google it on yeah.
Cookies.
Spritz cookies. Oh, Gordon Bennett.
I found a headstone of a dentist who had passed away, and the family put a little saying on there, he's filling his last cavity.
Oh, God.
Funny. It's funny.
Well, what would you put on a gynecologist's headstone then? Same thing.
In the hole again.
We're going to say, is he filling his last cavity?
He's still in the hole.
Still does a bit to keep his hand in.
Itself.
Dear me.
Uh,
But yeah, it's you know, it's a strange world. That's all I can say.
yes. This goes without saying. This goes without saying.
But yeah, I mean, who'd sort of, I can't understand why anybody had put a rest. You know, did they want to pass the legacy on? I don't know. Did I say I crypto? No, I crypto anyway. But yeah, you know what I mean. Sort of, rather than taking the grandmas or the recipes to grave, you know. Well, this is the last active. You know, I'll have it put on me tombstone.
Yeah, well, you know, you could always say she's baking her last batch.
Well, that's it. But yeah,
I think I'd rather stick to recipes on a calendar.
There you go.
but yeah. Victoria Sponge partner.
Yeah,
Victoria Sponge.
Abdad says that's all right. The recipe on a grave. I didn't want to laugh.
But yeah, you know, it's very strange. You know, to me it sounds strange anyway. Pouring recipes on headstones. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just
But you know, I mean, I don't very often walk through a graveyard, but I must say I've never come across that. You know what I mean? That's one thing I've never come across. Somebody writing a recipe on the gravestone. You know, it you know, in memory of a great grandma and a mother, but never a recipe.
It is her cake, which she really liked to make. She told us to keep it a secret, but here it is.
This is my last act of kindness. I'm going to let you all in on a secret recipe that I've kept for about 20 odd years or whatever. You know what I mean?
No, you want to screw with the family when you're gone. You take the
Banana had a
recipe
recipe for chutney.
one
Probably
major
is
ingredient out.
Crypto says, so I've come into gravestone talk. Well, yeah, Kevin sort of thought it'd show us that there is like recipes put on gravestones. So yeah, very strange, you know. I don't think I've ever come across it in the UK.
Well, we are a strange breed.
You know what I mean?
It's our fault as the United States.
Well, when I say I've never come across it in the UK, I've never actually looked for a gravestone with a recipe on it.
That would be an interesting one. Oh, are you looking for a particular person? No, I'm looking for recipes.
I'm looking for a recipe for lemon bars or Victoria's pudding.
Devil's food cake.
It's here somewhere. Very, very strange.
You just tell them it's a scavenger hunt.
Yeah, I'm not interested in the person and visiting the person. I just want to know the recipe.
That's it.
The one next to.
Now I could just imagine someone putting a recipe book on someone's grave. Like,
if
Dad says he's never seen a recipe on a grave would be creepy.
If I should ever find one, I'll post it.
So this is the thing. We're all from different, like Joel's from France. You know, we're all sort of dotted about the UK. So yeah, we'll go on the hunt and see which one of us can find a recipe on a gravestone first.
I'll be last.
Is that a challenge?
Well, this is the thing. You're not my last, Tracy, because I never leave this spot. I don't go out very much, so. Crypto
I can confirm my local cemetery. I would like to confirm at least that there's no recipes or any of them at my local one.
Well, there's a shortcut there, Scotty. You just got to Vicar and you say, Did anybody get buried with a recipe on the gravestone? You know, if
The
it
church
says
in the cemetery, though.
yes or no, I mean, if it says yeah, you've got to look for it. If it says no, then you're wasting your time. You know what I mean?
My great auntie didn't decide to put a mince pie recipe on her grave.
Yeah, Crypto says she's having chocolate cake on hers, and I'm just as if having Biscoff on his. Yeah, Chris is having lemon drizzle on his.
Oh, well, he can have them lemon squares, can't he?
Yeah, no, I'll let everybody in on the lemon drizzle recipe. You know, once he, you know,
That's it, Parkness. You found
once
it.
his feet are up in air.
It would be, but yeah, I'm Chad. Come on, right. That'll be quite the weird conversation.
It's a bit like cutting corners. You're all right going round every single gravestone in a cemetery, but the shortcut is to go and ask Vicar, did anybody ever put a recipe on the gravestone when they were buried?
I think I'll stick to trying to find war graves.
But I'm just thinking out loud, Amjad. It's sort of a bit of a shortcut. You know what I mean?
And it saves scavenging through the whole cemetery.
Exactly. That's my
Yeah, there's a
sentiment,
few.
Kevin.
Mhm.
It's sort of like cutting middleman out, so to speak.
Yeah. Yeah. The
Yeah,
baker-
I think I'll stick to finding them in a book. Yeah.
Or on Judith's channel.
Or on Google.
Or on Google, yeah.
Yeah. It's easier finding them on Google than it is sort of traipsing around a cold, wet graveyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least you can do it in comfort of your own home, and you know.
Yep. Definitely.
All right. I were looking through my recipes today, and I'm sort of pondering what to make next week.
I'd like to find a recipe for the real German-style potato dumplings.
Ooh.
My mother used to make potato dumplings. I can still taste them, and it's been 60 years.
Wow. Now that's not something I've ever come across, Kevin. Have you heard of them, Joel? Potato dumplings?
No, I am. No.
Not quite sure.
I should make it with mashed potato and a bit of flour or something. Apart from that,
I said it's a
I'm
German
you show
recipe,
me?
so I don't think it's not something you associate with.
What they called again, Kevin?
German-style potato dumplings.
Oh. Oh.
Ooh.
Look
Oh.
nice.
The jackpot.
I've never tasted that.
Mm.
Yeah, Google's your best friend. Oh,
much pride.
Just
I
drop the
didn't
link.
say anything.
Oh.
And that's just typing it into Google.
Probably look a bit like the garlic doughballs you get from Pizza Express.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how you pronounce it because I don't speak German. Kartoffelklobi. Whatever it
Hang
is.
on. I used to do German. Let's see if I can still do it. Probably not.
Oh, I don't know a bit.
Oh, there is actually a website, and it just does German recipes.
Oh, Jason's in.
Hi, Jason. Easy German recipes.
Hey, Jason.
Hello, Jason.
And it's called My Dinner, The World in My Kitchen.
Yep.
And authentic German goulash soup, goulash puppy,
Oh,
or
goulash. I know that.
I'm not even going to try that.
authentic German lentil soup.
All right.
Yeah, breast Fridellen recipe in it German meatballs.
Well, sell German meatballs next door in my shop.
No.
Already cooked. Just keener as.
Yeah, he's a German apple
Meatballs are
strudel
nice.
cake.
Hello, Jason Summers. Yeah.
But yeah, they that is an authentic German website. So they have got a recipe for German potato dumplings.
Ooh.
Well, I don't know. Can you translate that, Scotty?
Kartoffelnudel? Noden?
No,
No, because the
Potato dumpling.
that's actually slightly the top one's the right. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
because that B, that what looks like a B is actually a double S.
Oh,
If I'm correct in remembering. Let's see if Google Translate has any vague idea. It's going to sound terrible because we know Google Translate's a robot.
and on the recipe it says delicious fluffy potato balls made from mashed potatoes. This authentic German dumpling recipe is a great side dish that is great to soak up sauces.
Be right back.
Translate from German.
Oh, yeah.
Kartoffelklusen. Something along those lines.
Yeah, you put a quarter of a teaspoon of nutmeg in it as well. And you make a parsley sauce.
Ooh. No parsley sauce. Parsley sauce is nice.
So basically the potato muffins and the sauce is like a parsley sauce.
There we go. I've actually I'm not going to be able to understand where that's been said in this.
There is one or two sites. I mean, there's another one called My German Recipes.
Kartoffelklusen. There you go.
Ah.
I just found a German YouTube channel.
Yeah, well, a bit further down, they have got it. It's spelled Loesse.
Yeah.
So you're right with that funny hyphenated thing. It is a double S.
I do remember something from the German lessons then. Guys, quite a while.
But they've even got one on here on Google. Czech potato dumplings from Czechoslovakia.
Ooh.
Bavarian style pork knuckle. Grandma's vegan potato dumplings. There you go. So yeah, I mean the wonders of Google. You can find anything. You know.
With a bit of gravy, they're all right, Crypto. In a stew, they work.
But the thing is, if you've got the right ingredients, Crypto, I mean, you don't. It's like everybody thinks that if you're diabetic and use diabetic products, it's not going to taste the same. It is if you find the right ingredients.
It's just things like that. Definitely, it's better to make it yourself rather than I don't know.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I agree with you there. At least if you make them yourself, you know what actually is going into the recipe.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I'm fully on board with that. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, well done tend, like in your situation that you're celiac and you can't eat wheat products, and for Crypto, I've sent Crypto no end of recipes. You've got to know where to search, basically. You can find wheat-free flour, etc. But you've got to. I mean, in our Asda, you've got aisles and aisles of free from you know, and it caters to every single sort of.
Yeah, I've only got a small Asda, so my freeform section is.
Oh, well, ours is only a small. I'm on about like 10 minutes down road, 10 minutes down Parkway. We've got the superstore, and if you can't find any something there that you want, then you know it's time to
It's not worth it. Like, it's not worth trying to find it.
Yeah, it's massive. It's one of these like superstores. You know what I mean? They've got everything. But it's like certain recipes I do. Down at our Asda, our little Asda, they don't do buttermilk.
Yeah.
But last time I needed some, Chris got it from Sainsbury's, funnily enough. But the time before that, he had to go all the way to the superstore to get buttermilk. That's sort of our, you know.
Yeah.
And
sounds very similar to my little Asda.
They got 2 Asdas within 5 minutes. Now ours is a very small one, but the other one is slightly bigger, but it's not as big as the superstore that's 10 minutes down the road.
Yeah,
if that makes any sense. But you see, the Asda superstore, it's like on two levels. So upstairs you've got all electrical, you've got all electricals and car maintenance and the George clothing and you name it, games and televisions and Hoovers and you sort of get the picture. That's on the top level, but all the food is on the first level.
Yeah, we've got one like that.
So what is your
pen?
Yeah, very English. Very English.
And I bought it in England. I'm very proud of it. I love my King's Guard because now we have to say King's Guard.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, we have to say King now. But the thing is, I mean, sort of changing subjects. There's been a bit of controversy because everybody knows that King Charles is having his coronation in May.
Yeah.
Now I read that the coronation might be invalid because of his affair with Camilla before Diana died.
Ooh.
Now, I don't know how true it is, but that's what I've read today.
Are they going to push him out of?
I don't know the what's and where's for of it, Kevin. It was just a notification that I had today, and it said his coronation could be deemed invalid because of his affair with Camilla while he was still married to Diana. So I don't know.
He was a bad boy.
Yeah. And I think everybody knew that he were having an affair. It had been going on a long while, even before he married Diana.
But, well, everybody has their theory about why she died and how.
But the thing is, and this is my theory. Hi, knows, bro. How are you?
Hello, bro.
This is my theory. Is she was just his baby making? Yeah. He never really loved her, never really wanted her.
Yeah, I think Camilla was really truly loved.
Yeah, and Camilla as well.
If they get married and produce a hair.
A marriage of convenience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly, Kevin. It was a marriage of convenience because he knew that Diana were young enough to bear him hairs, whatever you call them. Yeah.
I have some of those.
Yeah.
I have some of those.
But yeah, you know what I mean. It were a marriage of convenience, and I don't think he really wanted to marry her, and I don't think he really loved her.
But he were under pressure, wasn't he, to
produce heirs to throne,
to procreate.
Yes,
that's a poor excuse.
But yeah,
great queen you have. The queen,
Yeah, she
is-
was outstanding.
is the greatest in the world. To me, the greatest leader in the world. She was.
But it seems strange for us now, Joel, saying king instead of queen, because for as long as I can remember, as long as I've been alive, it's always been Queen Elizabeth.
Mm.
Yeah.
Same with me.
Oh, she was on the throne for 70 years.
She was heir to, she was on the throne for what, 72 years?
Yeah,
70
yeah.
years?
I mean, I'm 60, so you know what I mean. Pete says the mother of the heir to the throne was cavorting with an Egyptian Muslim playboy. I wonder why she died. But
And
that,
so did he.
but this is what I always say.
You know,
The Jubilee 1977.
I look at it this way.
Cut from the school. Look.
She never got love.
I like that, Tracy.
wow, I
nice.
love the mug.
And then it's got that on back.
Okay.
Wow. But I mean, you can't blame Princess Diana for looking for love, because all her life, all whilst she was married to Charles, she never got that love.
No.
You know what I mean? And yeah, I can't.
Situation complicated.
You
I can't say that I blame her, because, yeah, as I said, it were a marriage. As Kevin said, it were a marriage of convenience, and she was just there to bear him sons or daughters. You know what I mean?
You wonder what her two children think.
But
And you wonder why the one child decided, I'm out.
yeah, but this is another thing that strikes me. Harry, in one of his interviews, turned around and said, "We don't want history repeating itself." What does he mean by that?
You can read into it what you will.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's you know, as you said, read whatever you want into it.
Right.
But yeah, it makes you wonder if they know the truth.
I think they do. And if they don't, they certainly have a good suspicion of what it is.
And that makes you wonder why Harry and Meghan have gone off and done their own thing in America. Because he's gone again. He's sort of gone against royal whatever by marrying somebody of color.
Yeah. Well, don't think that she's the first one to be of color in a royal family.
She's not.
Even in the UK, you don't know for sure how far back that it goes. But I think Harry and Meghan moved away from it because they didn't want to deal with the BS.
Yeah. But that struck me as very strange when he says we don't want history repeating itself.
Yeah.
What, you know, I'd have been saying, well, what exactly do you mean by that?
Yeah. But he's not going to give a direct answer.
No.
No.
It was sort of like a cryptic clue.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, make of it what you will, sort of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or read into it what you will.
Yeah. Yeah. Conspiracies.
Yeah. But yeah, I agree with Pete. She were treated very, very badly, Diana. When she'd done a bit and she'd produced Harry and William, you know what I mean? You know, we've had his use out of, you know, toddle off sort of thing.
Well.
But yeah, you know what I mean? It's like everything else. You've got them conspiracy theories, but, you know, at the end of the day, they've got it that well covered up that nobody will ever know truth.
Oh.
Yeah. Joel's gone.
Joel bailed.
So yeah, you know what I mean? It's all right us sitting there saying, well, this, that, and other, but yeah.
Yeah.
You can't sort of say for definite. It's just theory and whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't
She
know,
might
do you?
be back. Internet might have dropped. Oh, she says a
Problem with
computer has
computer.
a problem. She's messaged Chris.
No, she can't.
Oh yeah, I thought she'd messaged
Okay,
you.
The same provider as Tim.
Jeanette, where is she in France?
Paris.
Oh,
Hiya, Tony. How are you?
Oh, don't lad.
Hey up, Tony.
okay.
Oh,
Pete says the time distance between a conspiracy theory and a fact is getting shorter every week. But this is it, you know. It's sort of. I don't think we'll ever know. We'll never know.
Well, somebody once said, "You may think that I couldn't possibly comment."
But yeah,
Well, that's like here in the United States. They won't let anything out about presidents, the reasons for their death, the theories of why they were killed, or whatever the case may be, until 75 years after their death. Because by that time, 5 years has passed. Anybody that might have been alive at the time is gone.
dead. Yeah.
That's why. Soon enough, we'll know that there are aliens.
Oh, bless you.
Oh, yeah, excuse me.
Well, it's like we have a thing called, is it a 30-year rule?
Yeah, you won't know for 30 years. And even then, they might not tell you the truth.
But with anything associated with royals, I'm sure it's 100 years. Yep, Tony.
Has your new webcam come, Tony?
Yeah, I've got my computer, but it's been slightly damaged in when they sent it. So I've got to check tomorrow what it's going to look or not.
Welcome back, Joel.
I'm sorry, I don't know what
But
happened.
yeah, I'll get it all set up, Jeanette. I'm going to check it tomorrow because it's slightly bent. The bloody package is slightly bent. So I'm hoping the computer is going to look fine. You know what I mean? 5 days still here since Saturday. Yeah, I just hope it's going to be fine. I hope, you know what I mean? It probably is, but I just need to make sure tomorrow. Comes in a bloody big box, basically. But the underneath, some of it's been a bit bent. So, see how it is.
But yeah, I mean, it's like any delivery driver nowadays couldn't give an
Just
absolute.
chuck it in.
Yeah, they just chuck
Chuck
it
it in.
there and
I'll chuck them in. I noticed, what's it called? Have you had this shave, Scotty? Because it looks like you've got shadow on your face, mate.
Yeah, we noticed on the New Year's Eve. It's growing back a bit now, Tony.
it is, yeah.
It still looks a young one to me, Jeanette. I mean, I know he's that age, but he still looks young to me. For his young
I'm 27
face
next month.
But he's still young, mate.
Oh, yeah,
So what, you're 52.
At 27, he's
But he's a youngster.
Scotty,
Yeah.
It's
how
like
old are
Kevin,
you
he never ages. He looks
I'll
like
be
a
27
camera.
next month.
27.
27.
Wow. Scotty,
Do you remember when we were all 27, guys? I mean, that was done donkey years ago for me.
Oh, cheers, Kevin.
Remember when I was 27?
flip those numbers around, and that's what I'll be next month.
It was like yesterday.
Oh, there you are.
72.
Yeah.
32. Wow.
Ian Matthews was saying last night he's 64 next week, and I went,
I'm the
Rubbish.
only one on the stream.
yeah,
Rubbish. No, Kevin's the Time Lord.
Ian's only 4 years older than me.
Is he? Kevin's the Time Lord because he all the time I've known him, and it's a few years now. He never ages. His face never changes at all.
Except for when he had the bushy beard.
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't see him when he was on. I didn't see him when he had a
That's
I didn't see him when he had a taff.
There's a face.
Or Freddie Boswell.
There's the other half.
Oh,
Scotty, you know, people still want a T-shirt.
Yeah.
But
so what
yeah,
have I missed, you know? I mean, I have come in a bit late tonight.
that photograph wasn't one of Kevin's finest moments. Let's just.
Oh, I like that photo. That come out very nice. See?
Absolute genius who did that, eh?
But
Okay, man, we're bigging myself up.
I like this one too. You know, it's nice to put a laugh or a smile on somebody's face, and that helps.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Makes for a better day, even if it just lasts for that long.
Yeah, that's very true, Kevin. Very
Yeah, I've got my
true.
webcam. I don't think my webcam is going to have problem because that's in another package. You know what I mean? I've had 2 big packages. That one's been packed fine. I don't think that's going to be a problem. It's just this bloody one what's come today.
Where you ordered from, Tony?
Somewhere in Bradford.
CCL,
Who's delivery company?
DPD.
That's what's it called? That DPD people.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's hard to get off CCL. No, they.
Well, this
Not that bad.
2 that's been in the news recently. One is Every, and other one's been DPD. Like, you know,
Can't be as bad as Hermes.
Not even final to them. So
That is
I thought,
Every took
it's fine.
over Hermes.
Herpes more like.
Oh no, no Hermes.
The only problem I have with every is every delivery is delayed.
Yeah,
Every single one.
It's like round where we live, we've got like 2 different groups, and you will be surprised at the amount of people that's posted in these groups. Has anybody had a package for such and such? It says it's been delivered, but it's not been delivered to my address.
Oh yeah, I had that. Like,
there's
I've
quite
had
a
a
few.
load of them just recently, and I don't know whether it's Every, Hermes, or DPD,
few
or
of those.
you know.
you pay,
I always have the exact same delivery driver with every, and she's
I had somebody.
too bad a
I had
delivery
somebody
driver.
else. I had somebody. The first person, to be honest with you, I mean, that was delivered fine. I asked for Christmas Eve, and it came on Christmas Eve, and it was packed fine, no problems with that one whatsoever. This one, because my dad thought that with the computer, said the computer hasn't come yet, and it should have come on Friday, but I wanted it testing, so it actually did. You know, and it's took 5 days in total to come because it's been sitting in the warehouse for so many days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it come to and it says,
Story with Every and DPD, they've up to rafters in parcels what are in the warehouse.
Yeah, I think that's what they've done because you see the front of it and it's fine, and you see the side's fine, you see that's fine, right? And you look underneath, and it's fine up to the corner, and it's like a bit bent basically. So I'm hoping it's going to be fine. I mean, it might be fine. I mean, the way they packed it might be fine. It's just the thing. So I'm hoping for those it is fine. Otherwise, they're on a new computer.
So this is the question for Joelle. How's the delivery service in your country?
It's a mess.
But
I have a niece, and she's 8, and I wanted to send her a packet for Christmas, and it never arrived. So now I'm
not allowed to tell.
the refund to get refunded. It's a mess.
Yeah.
And they don't give you any explanation.
But this is the problem. If it's delayed or it's in a warehouse somewhere, they owe you an explanation. Because, I mean, they don't send them unless you pay for them. So you've already paid for them in advance.
I already paid for it when I bought the item,
yeah.
So, to me, you've bought and paid for that item. And the least they could do is give you an update. Well, it's here or it's there or it's, you know, it's been
I paid out for the actual computer on the 11th of December. And they only just built it last week.
On SpaceX or something, you know what I mean? They owe you an explanation exactly where it is.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, Jay, if it's damaged, they owe me a new computer. Because I've already paid out for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just
I'm not used it yet.
This is to Joelle. Pete Thomas says you've got a very sexy accent.
It's French, isn't she?
Thank you very much.
And she's single, Pete. I thought I'd just throw that into the mix as well.
But as the other day, Sparknest said, it's not Tinder or a date line.
But I just thought I'd set a conversation. That's all. You know what I mean? We're just making conversation here, and I just thought a conversation that you're single. So,
Thank you, Peter. Pete, Thomas. Yes, thank you very much for the compliment. I like compliments. Not very often, so.
but there you go.
Yeah. Well, I'll keep my fingers crossed for like this week, because what I'm going to do is take my old out, just test this, make sure it works, because I've got to like take a lot of stuff off the old one. Right? If it works, fine, fair enough. You know what I mean? No problems. But if it doesn't, you know, I haven't bought a computer for years. It's took me years to save up for it. So
there's been that
they'll
thing
have
called
to explain
Christmas and New
themselves.
Year.
Yeah. Well, I ordered, like I said, Panis, I actually paid for it on the. I ordered it on the 11th of December, and I paid for it outright.
Yeah.
So by before Christmas, they already had my money. They've already had my money. You know what I mean? I'm not like done every month paying so much a month. I paid it outright. It's all been paid for. You know what I mean? It's not as if they can sell it.
eBay.
I won't buy one off eBay.
Etc.
Yeah.
They don't send you the goods until you've paid for it.
Yeah,
You know
well,
what I
I
mean?
paid for the goods. But
you know, if them goods is defective, then yeah.
It's nothing to do with me, Jeanette, because I'm not even used it yet. So it's them, isn't it?
Oh, exactly.
You know what I mean? But I call Kevin young Kevin because he's always will. It looks to me young. He never ages. You know, he keeps saying he does. He never ages to me because I'm getting older and older and older. And he just stays the bloody same, basically. You know? It's probably where he lives. It's probably where he lives. You see, that's probably a lot to do with it. The lifestyle stuff. You know what I mean?
Well,
I probably look like that if I lived there.
I mean, believe it or not, Tony, yes, I am 60. I'll be 61 this
Rubbish.
year.
I keep saying, all the time she keeps saying that. For the last couple of years, I keep saying to her, no, she's not my age. I mean, you're younger than me,
Jeanette.
Yeah, I'll be 61 in September.
It'll be your 32nd anniversary of your 29th birthday.
We are the same month.
Oh, yeah, 22nd, mine.
What day?
22nd.
Okay, just before 18th.
Oh.
Right, you see? We are just close, very close.
Yeah.
18th of what, March?
No, September.
Oh, September.
Yeah, because she just said that, because I says I'll be 61
the
in
best
September.
sign star, the best sign star.
Yeah. Well, you bought from there as well, have you, partners? I'm open, yeah. I upgraded my, originally it was going to be an i7, and it hadn't been built by the time after a week of paying for it, it hadn't been built, so I upgraded to a higher spec, basically. There's only 3 things which were originally, and all this has been upgraded, so I had to pay just slightly a bit more. I mean, I paid it outright, so if you don't pay it, they won't send all this crap. But if they packed it for them, then if it's all packed and all thing inside, you know what I mean? And inside the actual computer, they put like a packing thing they put in, they blow it up or something, and they make sure everything's, and they close it up. So if anything's fine, fair enough. But it isn't. Somebody's going to have to have an explanation why someone's just chucked it in a bloody van. So that's the fact. They come and say, have you done this? He said, no, it was like that when they picked it up.
Crypto's paying me compliments now. She says, wow, you look so young, Jeanette. You're a year older than my mum. Thank you, Crypto. But anyway, same as I say, there's not very many people nowadays send you goods without paying for them first.
Yeah, well, my mum said, I mean, she's forgotten. I mean, my last PC, to me, they've gone down a bit down the pan. It was dealt. Now, fair enough. It was packed fine, it arrived, and it lasted about 2.5 years, basically. You know what I mean? But weren't my hard drives went, right? So I don't want it. Sent it back, and it should have took 2 weeks to come back again, right? The courier, who picked it up, or whoever took it, it was the island it was going, and damaged it. So it took 3 months for them to try to fix it, and they couldn't fix it, and they gave me a new computer because it just been. They couldn't even fix it, so they had to send me a new computer because the bloody courier just chucked it in the van and all this business. You know what I mean? And I said to them at the time, only thing what's gone is the hard drive. Why is everything else gone? You know, what have you done to it? Oh, it's the courier. So, you know, things happen, but I mean, it only happened again to me.
This is the thing. They can make any excuse that they want to, Tony.
Yeah.
You complain courier till cars come home, you know what I mean?
Cars come home. Yeah.
But it's easier blaming it on the courier than it is for them to give you any other explanation. I mean, that's the easy option for them, is blame, blame the courier.
Well, if I think about it, they've been blaming the courier for the last couple of weeks since I think about a week or 2 weeks after they ordered from them. And originally, it was supposed to be coming by the 23rd of December, basically. But they miscalculated the amount of people wanted a computer. They overstretched themselves, basically. And then I got an email last week, whenever it was, it's going to be delivered by a certain date. And the dates were going by the date. I phoned them and said, well, "Where's my PC? I paid for it. It's still not been bloody built." So they didn't build it till what was it? Last week would have been the 30th. They built it, and then they tested it, and then it was due to be shipped out. But obviously, they don't wait weekends. It was sitting in the warehouse from the 31st until it's today, basically, and everyone just got it now.
But this is the thing as well. Why make promises that they can't keep?
Yeah, well, just say it's Christmas.
They knew it hadn't even been built. Why promise you
a certain
date?
It hadn't been built for bloody weeks.
Why promise you a certain date if they knew that it still hadn't even been built?
Yeah. Well, they have done a good job.
It's madness. It's madness.
Yeah. I mean, it won't be just me. It won't be just me, Jeanette, affected by this. There'll be other people in this country bought from the same company with the same bloody problems. I just want to hear about them. You know what I mean?
But yeah, you know what I mean. As far as that does make me so mad. Why?
I spent a small fortune last year. I mean, Pete Thomas is talking about Amazon.
It for a certain date if they knew very well that they couldn't deliver.
Yeah. Well, they'll say at Christmas we didn't expect that many people buying from us and all this. I mean, there's a lot of people like Partners has been talking about buying parts. I mean, there's been the views about this company about parts, but I thought, if that's part buying, I mean, if I could build my own bloody PC, I would do. That's people buying certain parts to build a PC, fair enough, and they want a certain part by a certain date on this business. I remember leading somebody else who, I think about a week or 2 weeks after, obviously I bought mine. He bought a power supply, I think it was. He was building a PC, he wanted the power supply, so he bought the power supply, built the PC, put the power supply in, and the PC didn't work. It didn't switch on, didn't do anything. And he's testing everything. He's like, what the hell's going on with this? Turns out it's the power supply. Then he's saying, you sold me a bloody faulty power supply. And they've not got back to him because they've been inundated with people phoning them all this business. Yeah. Well, I looked at what the power supply was. I wouldn't have built it with that power supply. And if it was built with myself, I mean, I had one myself like that, 550 power supply, right? And when I had one built ages ago from eBay, it only lasted 2 months and it blew up. And it cost me 800 quid for the bloody PC, you know what I mean? So that's another 800 quid I've wasted.
But
and
I mean,
the power supply.
He's been with Amazon for 7 years and he's had less than 5 issues and they were all resolved.
Yeah.
I must agree with that statement. I've never had an issue with Amazon.
The only thing I would say about Amazon recently is I bought a watch, right? You know, like a casino watch, right? Yeah. It's supposed to be coming in early New Year. They got more stock in, so they shipped it. It came, no watch. Somebody's pinched the watch.
Huh?
Right? Oh, yeah. So I phones up, where's my bloody watch, basically? Well, ship me another one, no expense. And that came time. You know what I mean? Another one been pinched.
But this is another story, Tony.
Yeah.
This woman recently went to Pandora, actually to the shop, the Pandora shop. Johnny can relate to this one, but sort of. And I think she ordered like different charms for different grandchildren or daughters or whatever.
Yeah.
all these fancy bags and fancy, things.
You ready?
Opens them up, and in every single one there were nothing in them.
You ready?
Nothing in them at all.
Nothing at all. They were all in a nice fancy bag and nice,
Yeah, so it's
nice
been
box and everything. But when she got them home and she were looking at them, she opened box, nothing in it.
Yeah.
Went to the next
Yeah,
one, opened it up, nothing in it.
Yeah.
So she'd actually paid for charms that she never got, and she'd left the shop thinking that these charms were all, nicely all boxed up and fancy and everything.
Yeah, that's what I thought for this one.
Nothing at all in these boxes.
Well, I mean, the watch I'm glad it weren't an expensive watch. It's about 30-something quid, stuff like that. But it's not the point, Gina. It's like when you order stuff, besides, that's the first time that's happened to me. When you order stuff, doesn't matter where you've ordered it from, and you pay for the items. You go paid, and then you get emails saying you'll be, whatever date it is, we'll ship it whenever it is. You know what I mean? You expect the items to bloody come through the post or couriers and all this business. You know what I mean?
But
No
I mean,
damage,
that went online
no
shopping, Tony. That was actually going into a Pandora shop.
Yeah, I know what Pandora is.
You can argue that, it were a lapsing judgment on whoever it were that were serving them. But to go to every single box and find there were nothing in it, I think it's
literally paid for cardboard boxes then.
Yeah. And all this fancy,
when you're spending,
paper that stuff into it, and
when you're buying stuff,
gift boxes.
When you're buying stuff, my argument is when you're buying stuff, right, and you're spending a fair bit of money on stuff you've never had for donkey's years, and you want to I need to get myself a new one. The other one's on its last legs. I buy whatever it is, right? You expect it to be new, pristine condition, working fine, no issues whatsoever. All you've got to do is connect it all up, and it switches on, and it does exactly what it's supposed to do. All right. So I'm hoping that's going to be the case. It's not going to put it on, and then nothing comes up at all. It's just totally black screen basically. Nothing's on. Something's been damaged inside the bloody case.
That doesn't matter where you order from. You can't do anything about theft. But this is they didn't give no explanation to the lady why there was nothing in the boxes. They offered her an apology, and they says, "Come into the shop and we'll give you the items." So what happened to them in first place?
Where'd they gone?
With the person that was serving them slipping into a bag or into a pocket or whatever, you don't know. And because there was Christmas presents, she said she wasn't going to check on them, but she wanted to see that she got the right charm for the right either granddaughter or daughter. So,
but you don't expect that. You don't expect that, do you? You don't expect that. Well, at the end of the day, I mean, doesn't matter what company they work for, they've got to represent that company.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether it's online or in the shop. I mean, this. I could have gone to a proper. Somebody said to me recently, go to PC World. I mean, I could have walked into PC World. That's another thing. That's what happened to me with Len. Walked into PC World we're in, because he didn't have a clue about computers. Looking at computers, gets the computer he wants. He pays for it. Next minute, the computer's just been pinched. Well, he's been talking to the person. Been pinched out the warehouse where it is. You know what I mean? They actually got it pinched, and then he had to wait a couple of weeks before he got something else extra, because he got something else. Obviously, there's nothing. Sorry about that. You can have this on this business. But he said that's beside the point. Why are they pinching off PC World? Why are they pinching out the bloody warehouse? You know what I mean? And all this business. That was a few years ago.
Government for that, Tony. Blame government for that.
Yeah.
While people that wouldn't normally steal something,
but
in certain situations, it's easy to steal sort of things. You know what I mean? And they think they're not going to get caught.
I don't know how they can sleep at night, guys, because it's been paid for. Now, if it had been yours, fair enough, you pay for it, that shows, you know what I mean? But you pay for it, and then somebody else goes and walks off with it. You know what I mean?
That's the way of the world.
His face like bloody thunder. He says he never gets what's happened. He says the pitch the bloody PC.
Tony, that's the way of the world. You know what I mean?
Everybody has to pay for their drugs somehow.
Yeah, but you won't think, would you?
It's not necessarily drugs, Kevin. You know, you've got people going into supermarkets and shoplifting for the fact that they can't afford to eat because of the cost of living.
Yeah.
And you know, you've got women going into supermarkets and shoplifting just to feed the kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not just drugs.
No.
It's the cost of living that is forcing people into crime, such as shoplifting, and thinking that they can get away with, you know. I mean, most supermarkets nowadays have got CCTV, they've got security guards, you name it.
Yeah.
So are in, you know, I don't know how they thought they'd get away with it, because, you know, Big Brother's always to speak.
Have you seen these programs when you see these people being caught? I mean, they've been filmed hidden cabinet on TV. I've seen them, and they've got a cheek saying, "I have not pinched anything." You know what I mean? And they've got their accomplice took the items they've pinched because they haven't got that going to such an honest business. They're walking about the bags, you know, the way they do it. They've been doing it that long, and they know exactly what to do.
Yeah.
And they're like, "I haven't pinched it. Can you search me? Can't you know what I mean?" And then
you know, whereas before, a lot of people used to shoplift high-end goods.
Yeah.
You know, now they're not. It's everyday essentials like food and everything.
At least in my area.
Yeah.
I think it's happening everywhere, Scotty. It's
at least in my area. I don't know about other places, but a lot of the shops in my area have a policy of they cannot chase a shoplifter. They're out of the door. That's it. They can't go running down the road after them.
But yeah,
their own safety,
it's the old adage: needs must. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
If you can't afford to feed your children, etc., etc., how are you going to feed them? So they turn into shoplifting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it usually ends one way. It'll end in tears.
I've just like what Pat this has said. If you go to court, if you found that guilty, can I keep all the stuff I nicked? I mean,
I've never watched Mock of the Week.
Yeah.
Well, I can't say they have partners.
Oh, it's hilarious. It's Mock of the Week.
But yeah, and then you know you can understand why people are turning to shoplifting because they have to.
Just so they can live. Yeah.
Just so they can feed the kids.
Let me just put a like on this. We're supposed to live in this. I'll get out in a minute. Civilized society, and if it was like a society where everybody's uncivilized and it's dog eat dog, and you understand that. But I mean, Britain has to be the most one of the affluent places in the world. I mean, obviously London, Bond Street, all this business, and phones being nicked. I mean, it's youngsters. I mean, it's like youngsters on motorbikes nicking phones to sell them. I mean, that's not shoplifting. That's just being bloody chicken nicking people.
Yeah, I mean that's a different kettle of fish altogether. But what I'm saying is, women or adults turn into shoplifting just to feed the family because they can't afford to feed the family.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know what I mean. Like, let's say a young woman goes in Asda while we're in Asda and you see them shoplifting. It's now, should I say something or shouldn't I? You know, you're like sort of.
Yeah. It's...
You know, you're caught between devil and deep blue sea. You know that if they're only shoplifting food items, there's a reason behind that.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know what I mean? There's got to be a reason there why they're shoplifting just food items.
Did you not see that? I remember seeing, was it some? I mean, I'm not trying to be racist, but there were some foreigners wearing them. Like the mask they wear over the face.
Oh, the burqa.
And they're wearing these long skirts. Yeah. They're wearing skirts. and they were shoplifting baby food. They'd done something to the skirts to hide this baby food.
Yeah.
Right. And when they got caught, and they said it's only no, they obviously got such by woman owns business. There were loads of bloody items they found, and they've been doing it for a few weeks.
Jason says, "Pleased to meet you, Joelle."
Huh?
Jason,
Jason.
pleased to meet you, Joelle.
Pleased to meet you. I'm trying to
Yeah, I
type.
wonder when I come on who this very nice woman was.
Hello, Jason. Nice to meet you.
But yeah, you know what I mean. It puts you in between a rock and a hard place. In other words, you know what I mean. It's very hard to put yourself in that situation where you've got kids to feed and you don't know where next meal's coming from.
Tesco.
But still no excuse for shoplifting.
It's unavailable, Kevin.
Well, that's the Flash Walmart, Kevin.
Walmart's no longer owned, but Asda's no longer owned by Walmart.
Yeah, it hasn't been for a while.
Just make sure that when you go shoplifting, it's prime and rubber beef. You know what I mean?
I'm going to go shoplifting. I'm going to eat it while I'm in the store.
What do you mean I stole these donuts?
Brush it, sugar off your beard, Scotty.
Funny enough, I had a bit of pie stuck on my beard.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know what he's talking about a beard. He hasn't got a bloody beard. It's got bum fluff.
It's just growing back, Tony. Leave him alone.
Growing back. You wait. You wait.
Well, listen, I'm going in for dinner.
Okay, then, Kevin.
It's been fun. It's been a pleasure.
It's been nice having you. It's been nice having you, Kevin.
Bye, Kevin.
Have a wonderful evening, and everyone.
See you later. Take care, Kevin.
All right. Good night now.
Bye.
Yeah, I wonder who this lovely woman was here. I didn't know it was that French person.
But this is the thing, Joel. Chris refers to you as Joel, and I says it's not Joel. I says it's Joel.
Joel.
You know, Joel is the female version of Joel.
Okay. Yes, because you've got Billy Joel, the singer. Billy.
Girl.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I was trying to explain to him that's the female version of Joel is Joel. It's pronounced Joel, not Joel.
And the song from Billy Joel that I like is All for Lena. Do you know it? All for Lena. The song by Billy Joel. It's a really nice one. Very rhythm is great.
Let's have a look.
It's an old song actually. He started singing in the 70s. Now he's over 60, maybe 70.
So there's a question for Joelle. How do you pronounce Jeanette in French? Jeanette. But it's a French name as well.
Yep.
Ah, true. I had a grandma named Jeanne. Jeannette Jeanne.
Oh.
Yes. It's beautiful.
Jason said your accent's awesome.
It's very sweet.
Well, she's French.
But yeah, she had a comment from Pete earlier on saying her accent was sexy. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, there you go. Pete says,
Pierre. Pedro, and in Spanish is Pedro. Peter, Pierre, Pedro.
Yeah. You haven't got college tomorrow, have you, Amjad?
And Christopher is Christopher. Chris. His name is Christopher.
Christophe. I've heard of
in French is Christophe.
What? You know, Rose says Jeanette is French for Sinead.
Ah. Sinead is Irish.
Very much so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ned O'Connor. I remember a singer. I'm
Yeah.
not
Okay,
sure.
for you.
Sinead O'Connor.
Yeah.
Mm.
Very,
Written
very
by
well known. Yeah.
I
But
don't see
anyway.
her face, but guess it's.
But you see, I think my mum thought that Jeanette were a mouthful, so she only called me Jeanette. I ain't got a second name, you see.
Ah,
Oh, you know that middle name.
That's like
Oh,
my
yeah,
mum. She don't have a second name.
Yeah, I'm just Jeanette.
No,
So-
I have a second name.
Oh, Krista's got one as well.
and Park Nest, what's your name?
Oh, sorry. Just
You don't want to say?
well, I don't go by my real name. It's all over my Insta and Twitter.
That's the thing for private conversations.
Oh, right.
Joelle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't go by my. Like I said, it's on.
Yeah. Pete says Pedro, Patrick, all related names.
Yes. Pablo is Paul, I guess. And Richard is international. Richard.
Yeah, Crypto says
Mine probably is too.
Crypto's Carol. But yeah, you know, I mean all my kids has got
Richard in French is Richard, the same. Richard. Richie. Richard.
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 King's name.
But yeah, Callum is Callum James.
Oh, beautiful name. Callum, when I
That's Irish as well.
heard of his name. What a beautiful, I like it.
Yeah, that is Callum's Irish as well. But it's a Callum James.
Oh.
So Richard is the name of a great like Pernod in France. Well, I don't know.
Pastis Pernod, yes.
Pernod.
Pernod is it's like Ricard.
Oh, licorice. It's like licorice.
When you go camping, it's
aniseed, sorry.
Yes. Anisette, you put water with ice cubes and you get drunk with that. Because you drink, it's like sangria in Spanish or in Spain. You drink, you never stop drinking because you don't feel the high level of
yeah. I mean, it's like when we went to Spain on a honeymoon, we were drinking. You know, they do like big jugs of the stuff.
Or like pina colada, you drink, and you never stop.
You know, you're pouring it out and you're thinking, oh, this is nice. It just tastes like a fruity mix to me. You know what I mean?
It's not.
Exactly.
Tommy says Seamus is Irish for James.
Yeah.
Well, your middle name, man, Tracy.
Very elegant. Anne is elegant name.
Yeah, my name's Anne, my middle name, but it's spelt different. Just A-double-N.
Yeah, Crypto says her name is.
Tracy is nice too. I like. Jason is a very young name. Jason.
No, he is very young.
He's young.
Jason and the Argonauts.
Young generation. Scott too. Scott, Daniel here in France are for my generation people men's name. It's not a young name, Daniel.
Oh,
that's actually my middle name, Daniel is.
Yes. Scott is very trendy, but Daniel in France, it's for people over 50.
Oh dear.
Very well.
And I know that in England, America, and everywhere else in the world, speaking English countries, Daniel is like Nicole. Nicole is not a young name here. It's a.
Oh, that's an unusual middle name. It says his middle name is Debroy.
Oh, original.
Johnny.
And Pete says his middle name is Daniel.
Yeah.
Say that again, Tracy.
I says Johnny. His middle name's Peter.
Oh dear.
And it's Jonathan, not Johnny. That's just his shape.
Yeah.
His
But
name
it's,
is
it's like this, Tracy. Chris likes to be known as Chris, but there were only his mum used to say, Christopher Pickering.
Yeah,
And that's not related to Ronnie.
When he'd done something wrong, that his mum were the only one that used to call him Christopher Pickering.
Ow. She's all in one, not even Jeanette allowed to call me Christopher.
I'd never called him.
No, it's when both the
No,
middle
no
names
boy,
come out with me. It's like, Ron.
But yeah, I mean, I, even though I know sort of, I mean, I'll tell you, Chris's middle name
In French, Timothy is Timothée. Timothée.
Timothy.
Timothy for Timothy. Tim. Beautiful name, by the way. Very beautiful.
But yeah, Chris's middle name is John.
Ah, John is classic. Jean. It's Jean in French. Jean.
Yeah,
And,
so it's Christopher John. Sorry, dear.
Juan in Spanish. Juan.
But, I mean, Crypto says it's Thomasina. Well, that is I like it, and it's pretty. I like unusual names like things like that. So you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I think we all got as bad as full names when we were bad, but yeah, Chris is no exception. Christopher.
Call me Tracy Ann.
That was my second name. Get here now.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
It says his middle name was Get Here Now.
I remember when I was a child, when I started to speak English, to learn English, when we used to come back from abroad, when I wanted an ice cream, they asked me, what flavor would you like? And I was always answering pink, 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 as if it was a flavor. And they were looking at me because in France, people don't speak very well English. It's not like in Sweden, in some parts of the world where people, like the Germans, they really speak English very well. So people were looking at me as if I was stupid. I
just know I like the pink ice cream.
And now I love pink everywhere, you see.
But I mean, Crypto, she said my daughter's first name is Abigail.
Oh,
but I mean, I've always, I've got all boys, right? And I said that if I ever had a girl, it was going to be Abby Rose.
Framboise, good, Pete. You speak English, French very well. English too.
But yeah,
raspberry.
If I was gonna have a girl, or if I had a girl, it was gonna be Abby Rose. Spelt with an IE, not a Y.
Oh.
So, but it never happened, so we never got as Abby Rose.
Oh. A little, un peu.
But yeah, you know what I mean. This is the good thing about sort of these live streams, Joel. We talk about all sorts of things, you know, like middle names and ice cream, and you know what I mean. Yeah, everyone. Yeah,
I love Spanish.
Everybody calls her Abby. Yeah,
Spanish language too, Italian language. Oh, but I prefer English above all. It's like in my DNA now. It's I dream in English.
Yeah,
imagine that I started dreaming English, so it's a good sign.
It's like a second nature to you now. Is to talk.
I love England. I just love England. So. And Ireland.
I don't know what that is, Thomas. Put in chat, but nous sommes francophones.
Oui, waouh, waouh.
Francophone.
Nous sommes francophones, ça veut dire. Oh, what a word! I
I'm
don't
looking
even
at
know how to
the file
translate
yeah,
it.
Joel.
How would you say that it's in English, francophone? How
A
would you?
what?
Francophone in English, in French, it means we all speak French.
Oh, you speak for yourself, Pete.
But I don't know.
I only know odd word here and there.
But very well said, and with no mistake. Wow.
There you go.
In fact, even Google Translate cannot translate that.
Ah, see?
That word is just French. That's it.
We are French speaking, it would mean something like this. French speaking country.
Ah.
Or
So there you go. You've got sort of
Right, if I took the exclamation mark off behind it, says we are French speaking. That's how it's translated.
Is that what
Yeah.
it says? Yes, French speaking.
It's because it had the exclamation mark on the end. It went,
yeah.
Sure, I learned when I was at high school, Joel. I learned French. Well, at the time, French for 2 years, and then some clever sod at the school decided to switch to German because I learned German. So what happened? We all got confused. It was like we're speaking German and French at the same time. I mean,
yeah,
it was a bit confusing.
my school was a language college, so
Oh, right.
for 2 years we had to do both French and German.
and
And
English.
then we got
when Callum were at school, they didn't do French. They did Spanish.
They did have a Spanish option as well for
Yeah. So
for the
you know
last
what I
2
mean?
years.
It sort of. I think it differs from school to school here in the UK. What languages they teach. Because I was telling Callum, I said, well, when I were at school, we just did French.
Yeah.
You know what I
Sadly,
mean?
the main French teacher wasn't actually very good at French. So I was like, It's quite funny because you had one of the other teachers was forever correcting her. It's just like, how can you teach French if you're failing at teaching French? I never really liked any of the French teachers, neither, unfortunately. But we had an actual German teaching German, so I was all right.
But yeah, I mean, I must admit, when I were at school, we did French, but obviously because I'm sort of aged, a lot of it's sort of, you know.
Yeah,
you're not aged.
If you don't
In my opinion, English is the only language in songs that has to be in songs English, because when we have songs in French, it's like woo. But in English, always it sounds always very nice hearing English in songs.
Yeah.
Like
I know what you're saying, Joel.
Rolling Stones, like every song you have, it's Ed Sheeran. Every song has the feeling of English.
Yeah, and you could pick up on a feeling through the music and through the words and everything.
Yeah.
Well, that one's a different one. Into Mix Crypto, she says she knows a bit of Portuguese.
Oh, good. Obrigado. It means, I think, merci. Obrigado. Portuguese.
My dear. But I mean, no disrespect, but I think every person should try to learn another language. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that every person should try to learn.
That's the important question there. What is chocolate in Portuguese?
Tracy?
Pardon?
Hit the like button and share good night, everyone. Are you going?
No.
Oh.
It's been a good night.
Wow, Pete.
No. Oh. I could translate that one, Tracy.
I will be going shortly though, because I'm a bit uncomfortable. Like it's
Hi, Jennifer. How are you?
Hello, Jennifer.
Jennifer.
No, Jennifer, bro.
Well, no, a guy called Ed Sheeran. He goes by the name of Raffle Scrapper.
You don't talk about me.
Anthony.
And English is the
Well, that is
only
true.
one. English is the only international language
Exactly.
worldwide. You need English spoken
Yeah, more
everywhere.
people actually speak Mandarin Chinese.
Why would you want to do that, Park Nest?
It's a fact that there's more people that speak Mandarin Chinese than any other language.
I'm gonna the limit of my Chinese is U Flung Dung. You know what I mean? And that's
Funny
limit.
enough, we did learn a little bit of Chinese at
And what does it mean?
school. Can I remember any of it? No.
U Flung Dung.
My Chinese.
Egg fried rice. There you go. Nailed it.
This is
You know what I mean?
It's a bit of a running joke, Joel. You know,
Oh.
U Flung Dung.
Sounds Chinese.
I don't know any Chinese. What's the federal
Chinese
Japanese?
names.
You know,
That's one
Chinese, Japanese. What are these? That's
I-
basically.
I did
Oh,
know a little bit of
speak-
Japanese.
It
A little
speaks
bit.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch. I know what that means.
Don't speak German.
Hi, Gordo. Welcome back. Oh, dear. The only Mandarin I know is one of them little small oranges. That's the only Mandarin I know. You know, a little tiny orange.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I used to eat them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only Mandarin I know. It's not a
Mandarin
language.
Chinese is the main Chinese language. You can also get Cantonese.
Yeah,
Ah,
Cantonese.
Spoken like you're
That's
around.
not the same
Hong Kong.
Chinese.
But this is the thing. Yeah, I mean, what did what's his name? That cop program where they were on plane and what's his name? And he was Chinese, weren't he?
Jackie Chan.
Yeah, Jackie Chan.
And Jackie Chan.
What did he say on
Chan.
plane?
Shishi.
Shishi. That's about
Shishi.
that's
And
only
Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee, yeah. He was good English, wasn't he? Bruce Lee.
But
Perfect
yeah,
English.
you know, it were trying to teach them Chinese. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shishi. That's
Yeah.
their only bit of court. You
TV
see.
program
So,
called Monkey.
you know what I mean? Chinese. That's the only bit of Chinese I know. Yeah, Tim says rush hour, but yeah,
Yeah, classic that film.
Jackie Chan and who were other one? Who were other guy?
Chris Tucker. Chris Tucker.
Ah, that's the one. Chris
What's
Tucker.
that?
Chris Tucker. Yeah, that was so funny, that clip when he was in there. Song was hilarious.
Gordo says he's fluent in profanities.
Yeah, I know a few that are. Yeah.
Yeah. Pete says I speak English, German, and what's Taiwanese? I've
Ah, I
never
don't know what-
Typonese, I think that is. So typos.
Please do reiterate, Pete, what Taiwanese is. I've never even heard of it.
Wobbly knees.
This is the actual language that I'm just.
Trust Chrissy says wobbly knees.
Wobbly knees.
Yeah, I've never even heard of that.
I think it's a bit.
Taiwanese. Taiwanese. Does it mean typing? That
Yeah.
Taiwanese?
I think so, like typos.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Moped he means that, and I'm not just insulting.
I
the
want to
language.
say. He says I understand spelling mistakes. Yeah, I had to read it again, Pete. To when it, when it says Taiwanese. I thought, yeah,
Typonese, yeah.
Typonese.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
you would use a spell check, wouldn't you?
reread it again to understand.
Wobbly or knobbly.
So there you go, Tony. He's just explained what it is.
Well, you'd use a spell checker, wouldn't you?
Tell that to
Not
Lee.
everybody uses a spell checker.
I don't.
Sometimes you just go out and stuff it. You figure it out yourself, yeah.
Yeah, well, you're looking at Chris's spell checker here. But that's what Chris has got.
Oh, yes,
He's
dyslexic.
slightly dyslexic, so
Yeah.
Whenever he
Both
wants
me and Mum
anything
are, so yeah,
spelling
we're doing good.
correctly, he always asks me. Because he's not like fully. I mean, I don't know whether he can be fully dyslexic or a little bit dyslexic, but yeah, he does have a problem.
If anywhere's more than 3, I've got a screw.
Yeah.
Wait.
But yeah. And if I can't spell it, I look it up, I Google it.
IT.
Yeah, but
I used to make that joke all the
American
time.
spelling, do you know?
Eh?
In Google American spelling, they can't spell.
No, you just. But this is the thing, you know, like if I'm typing messages or I'm typing something, I've got a spell checker on every device. You know what I mean? That sort of, if you get it wrong, then what are you laughing? What you laughing at?
I just put something in chat.
Dear.
That's not just spelling. That is partners.
Yeah, that would
Well
deliberate.
spelled.
I'm quite good actually. Unlike some people you don't have to mention. Likely.
No. Yeah. You weren't going to mention. Pete says his brother's dyslexic, and he has a first from Imperial College. It can, yeah. I mean, I've seen an ingenious advice, Pete, and it's just, I don't know whether it's just been invented, and it's a bit like a torch. And when you're reading a book and, you know, it sort of translates it for you as well, if you're dyslexic. I mean, I don't know what it's called, don't get me wrong. Yeah, so it's a bit like a torch, and when you're reading something, or let's say you get an email from somebody, it's quite a lengthy email, you just shine it on, and it's sort of, I don't know whether it translates or, but it's specifically for dyslexic people.
Yeah.
I don't know about brain freeze. I have a brain fart every now and
Can't type backwards. There you go. Just takes a little while.
So yeah, but yeah, I do have a brain fart every now and again.
Yeah. Well, I think we all do, don't we?
It's like this. It's like this because of my age. Every so often, I start saying something, and then halfway through, I forget what I was saying.
There's a quite
YouTube
brain part.
I had farted a brain.
I'm the same. I forget quickly what I say. In the middle of.
Well, my own does, but she's 80.
It was dropped off. It's gone.
She'll say to me, how do you spell this word? And I'll tell her, and she says, is that how you spell it? So she likes it. And then she checks it with the dictionary, even though she's asked me how to spell it myself. Then she'll say, well, I'm 80 now, what do you expect? And she's checking what I'm spelling it for her. I mean,
I'll tell you something. Tell you something, Tony. There's people in their 80s that are as sharp as a button, I'll tell you. You know what I mean? They've got all the faculties about them. You know, they can spell better sometimes. You know what I mean?
But Dad's best. He'll say, "Oh, just better," and I'm writing it down for him. And he's like, is he 82 this April? Anyway, he's like, I don't think that's spelled that. And then he checks. He's like, yeah, you got it that. I didn't do English till I left school. You know what I mean? I did English at college, but I didn't do it at school.
Hello, Joelle. No, come round here and say hello to Joelle.
Huh?
That's
Hello,
Callie.
Joelle.
Hello,
Nice
Joelle.
to meet you.
It's Cliff popping his head in again.
Thank you.
No, it's Callum. I'm getting confused now.
Yeah.
It's Callum popping his head in.
They look the same.
They do.
Yeah, the only version of Cliff, yeah.
Actually, a little Cliff, but he's taller.
They're like 2 peas in a pod. But the only difference is in size. Callum's about 6'3" and Chris is about 5 foot.
Oh, he's 6'3" now, is he?
Hey? He's about 6'3".
He's 6'3" now.
Yeah.
Is he?
All the food.
Yeah.
Now children are taller than their parents.
I breed them big, Joelle. None of my kids are, yeah, they're all tall ones. But yeah, I mean, you've often heard the joke. I mean, Chris don't need to go for a DNA test to find out that he's Callum's dad because they're like, yeah, they're identical.
Well, you just reminded me of an advert.
Do they have the same voice?
Sometimes. But yeah, you know, they're a lot alike in so many ways. You know what I mean? Chris is ever so grumpy in the morning if you sort of, you know, unless you leave him alone and let him come to his senses. You know, Callum is exactly the same. Tracy's got cramp in her leg. Sorry, Tracy, for that is the only difference with Callum and Chris, is that Callum's very tall, but Chris's dad's very tall as well.
No, what is he 20 now, Jeanette?
Yeah, he's 20. Yeah, he was 20 in November.
Still going.
But yeah, the only facial factor that that Callum gets from me is the ginger beard. I was ginger, Joel, when I was younger, so he gets the ginger beard bit from me. Not that I've got a ginger beard.
You showed a picture of you with your sister. I remember during. I remember I was watching you.
Yeah, the picture when I was about 13.
And your ginger.
Yeah, and that is the only feature that Callum's got from me, is the ginger beard.
Nice.
But yeah, as I got older and sort of in my late teens, going into my 20s, it started going dark brown like this. Oh. This is after a bottle, by the way. I'd be white or grey or whatever colour if I didn't dye my hair. Yeah. So yeah, but his hair's brown and his eyes brown, exactly like Chris, but the ginger beard.
You might be right then.
What you on about?
Forest.
What?
They're out of relegation zone.
What to do? It's all right. They're talking football again.
Better though. West Ham's in there and all.
It's all right. They're on about Forest.
I never taught football in this household.
Well, it's a bit of a sore subject in this household because last season's playoffs, Forest were the one that got Sheffield and stopped them from going up to Prem last year. So they were in. They've been in sort of lower than the Premiership, but they are to relegation now.
Yeah. And what's that mean? Relegation? Does that mean they come out of the division?
Well, the bottom three are relegated back to the Championship.
Right.
So yeah, they've been in the bottom three for God knows how long, and apparently they won tonight. Then Forest. Yeah. So anyway, so that's it for the football talk.
Can we talk something else then instead of football?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the person that knows his food, Joel, is Pete. Honestly, take a look at his channel.
It's a cooking channel.
Yeah, he's a lazy cook, but he does. Yeah, he does some awesome things.
I have to improve my cooking. Oh. I cook, but not like you.
She burns the water.
Tim says how about wrestling?
And I love eating. So I love eating. It's not a problem. But,
oh God, I was looking to have a kick up backside. It says, just remember Sheffield is blue, just like Bristol, lol.
Wrong team.
Yeah. Sheffield is
that's the
red,
enemy.
not blue.
C'est Sheffield Wednesday blue. No, it's a swear word.
No, we don't have that word. We have Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There's no
Middle of week in this house.
Yeah, it's middle of week. Yeah, that. Yeah, it's never mentioned in this house.
This other team that Sheffield has.
Yeah, the other team. But
Pete, where have you been in France? Because as you speak very well French and you like French cuisine, where have you been?
Oh yeah, definitely Park Nest.
I've been thinking.
Definitely. Off limits totally.
I've been thinking.
If you're wondering, Joel, SWFC is.
Okay. Yes, I know. I know a little about Sheffield.
I've been thinking it's Tuesday. I thought it was Tuesday.
Oh God, it's dangerous.
No, I was thinking it's Tuesday again, but it's Wednesday.
There's one to double bacon. That's what he wanted.
No.
Well, it's more baked.
Monday, he were out wondering why I hadn't weighed all my bacon ingredients out. And I says, yeah, it's Monday today. That's why, Callum.
Well, I was thinking we're off tomorrow.
And Wednesday, tomorrow, today, he thought it was Tuesday. So, yeah.
How's he enjoying his college course? Is he still enjoying it?
He's only doing maths and English, Tony. He's
So he's not doing
maths and English.
He's not doing his catering then.
Pardon?
He's not doing catering then.
Oh, he hasn't done that since first year. He found it a bit too much. So we went on to what were it? Media studies.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Hey, media studies. Yeah.
Yeah. So he went on to media studies.
Did 6 years of that.
Yeah. But
6 years in media studies.
How many years have you been in media studies? 2 or 3?
I've never been to. The cities.
He's done 2 years of media studies, but he struggled. Can't you just have one piece, Callum? I don't want it, thank you very much. You know, Callum is the epitome of a gannet. He can't just have one piece of gannet. He's got to have 2. He's got to put it back. Normandy a few times, Marseille, Lyon, and a few obscure places in northwest France, and Paris too. There you go. But anyway, so yeah, he struggled as regarding his maths and his English.
Yeah.
You should come back, Agnest.
He took his English last year and thought he'd sailed through it. Nah, he were a bit sort of like that with his maths.
Yeah.
And when the results come through, he'd failed both. So he were a bit disheartened.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I had to redo maths and English.
Basically,
improving the grade of maths.
The careers person at college said, well, why don't you take a year off, Callum? Concentrate on your English and your maths. So they're the only 2 subjects you've got to concentrate on, and you've got sort of not got your coursework and everything to worry about, and then we're blah blah blah. So that's basically what he's been doing for last, he's been concentrating on his since September on his maths and his English. They're the only 2 subjects that he's been taking, so he can concentrate more on them.
I wonder if it's like me, Jeanette, where I can't do maths. Never been able to do maths, but I can do physics fine. Physics is easy for me.
I never liked maths. Yeah.
No. I never liked maths when I was at school.
Tim says you've got all the legs. You're telling me, Tim. Hey, up. If I were to give him away, they'd send him back after a day because they couldn't keep up with him.
Yeah.
No, Fridge couldn't keep up with him.
What the I love you?
Wow.
That one.
This is a sentence. A real love declaration.
He says, Jeanette, can you pin Crypto's comment, please? Why? I don't know.
Everybody knows now. Everybody.
Oh, what's there not to love?
But anyway, same as I say,
Brother Lee.
you know, as soon as they got on Joel, they'd be shipping him back to us.
Backs me up, partner. When you say that about like
And you know what my mum used to say? I'd rather feed him for a day than a week. Which is true in Callum's yeah. So
That's what Lee looked like if he had a.
I feel like a vicar to me. Man, brother Lee.
But you've heard of the bottomless pit. Well, that is Callum in a nutshell.
Yeah. Our legs.
Yeah, a bottomless pit is more apt, Tony. He's got all of everything, you know what I mean? I mean, sort of in his early teens, I would have said he were a growing lad. But you know what I mean? Oh, is Lee gone?
Yeah. I was very bad at, I can't even count myself. I count with my fingers. Always. Terrible.
But, I mean, Gordo said he struggled with maths at school. But the thing is, you can't beat it in a work environment when you're not forced to do it, but you've got to do it, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Tim said to say the same thing. What about I'd sooner feed you for a day than a week? But it's true. It's the typical. I don't know whether you've heard this saying, Joel, but he's eating his ass and home. You know what I mean?
He's a growing lad.
Growing lad? He don't want to grow anymore. He's about 6 foot 3 now.
He's greedy. Like father, like son.
I bet it's in the lift next. In the house.
Oh dear, be table leg. Oh dear. But this is the thing. I mean, I'd sooner have him like he is than what he was like 3 years ago. Put it that way. He had really bad anxiety, Tony, and he lost 3 stone. He weren't eating, he weren't sleeping or anything. But I'd sooner have him like this and know that he's fit and healthy and, you know, than he were 3 years ago. So, yeah.
Well, it's over 3 years now.
Well, it's been 4 years this year, Norrit, if you know what I mean. But, yeah, he did really struggle.
Yeah.
He says there's a subtle difference between a growing lad and Pac-Man. Well, yeah, Pac-Man's more apt for Callum than a growing lad. I'll just say that. So, I didn't realise it. We're nearly 25 past 11. Don't time fly when you're having fun and having good conversation and whatever. Oh, definitely, yeah, Tony. Pete. But it is. He's a lot healthier. He's a lot happier. You know what I mean? I'd sooner have him this way than worry with, you know, nearly 4 years ago.
Well, we all. I mean, I went through a lot of anxiety when I was younger.
But yeah, it's what? Tempers full work for life. I'm not even. Is that French, Joel?
Huh?
Whatever it is, Pete's put in.
What's that?
No idea. That's why I asked him.
I'm Googling it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's put time flies when you're having fun.
True, time
Yeah.
flies.
It's Latin for time flies when you're having
Yeah.
fun. Yeah.
En français, c'est le temps passe vite. Time flies.
So, yeah, I'm not here again till Friday. So thank you for everybody that's come up on the panel. Partners got it, especially Joelle and
Thank
Tony.
you.
And
Having me, welcoming me so nicely.
Yeah, honestly, Joelle, it gets easier the more you do it.
We've all been there at some point.
Yeah, we've all been in that situation where we don't know what we're doing. We don't know, this, that, and other.
Yesterday,
So,
we talked about confidence.
Yeah.
That's what we need. And I need confidence.
Yeah.
We all need to have
But yeah, Tracy's come on in leaps and bounds as regarding confidence. I mean, I'm sure everybody will agree with me. So I'm going to bid you au revoir.
Thank you very much.
See, au revoir.
Goodbye, do you 10, 20?
Yeah, I'll see you later, guys.
And thank
see
you
you later.
very much.
I've got to find me after. Oh, it's here.
You're still alive.